In order to find love, you need to love yourself first. You setting off on this path to finding fulfillment, love, and peace, it has to start with you setting off on this path completely alone. That's an essential part of the process. You learning to rely on yourself, you building that love within yourself first, so then it can be shared with other people, is an essential part of the process. Learning and applying this concept has absolutely changed my life to a point where I'm able to build a lot of self-love for myself, so then it can be shared with the other people around me. And if you're at a point in life where you feel like you need love, someone to bond with, this video is going to get you one step closer to that. So, chances are your life is something along these lines. You've been really taking your self-development seriously, you've been making progress, and every area of your life seems to keep improving and improving. But there's this one aspect, you have this one hole in your heart that could only be filled with love. You might feel lonely at times. And it can be tough because you look around you and people are in healthy, loving relationships. And it can make you feel alone at times. You see people who are less attractive than you, people who are not on self-improvement, people who are not taking their own development seriously, and they're able to attract, quite an attractive partner. And you look at that and you ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? You are not doing anything wrong. Like I said, in order for you to find love and find fulfillment, you actually need to build it in yourself first. If you actually want to do this properly, instead of latching on to other people for validating and filling the hole that's within yourself, you need to fill that up yourself and set off on a path yourself. You are not doing anything wrong. You are literally building yourself. You are building love within yourself, so then it can be shared with your future partner. Simple as that. It is literally the concept of delayed gratification. Of course you can attract someone right now, but if you're in a stage where your soul is growing, you are growing as a person, you're pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, you have to spend a lot of time alone. You have to spend a lot of time alone. You have to sacrifice bonding with someone right now and putting all that energy into your own self-development, so that your future self can have a better partner and have a better bond with that person. It is as simple as that. All my life, I've seen people do this thing, right? And maybe you've seen some of your own friends do it, or other people in your life, where they get into a relationship, they get hurt, and then after the relationship they just jump into another one. Doesn't work out, so they get into another one and another one and another one. One of the biggest mistakes I see people making is not building the self-love within themselves first, like having no level of self-love and just jumping from one relationship to another one, and constantly doing that, constantly trying to fill that hole within using other people. And that's exactly why a lot of these relationships you see these days don't work out. It's so much easier to latch onto other people and find love in other people instead of building love within yourself. If you're trying to love someone else but you don't love yourself, how do you expect that to work out? It won't last that long. It really won't. Because the hole that you have inside you, self-love is the thing that's going to fill it. And look, that hole, you can patch it up with some plastic paper, right? You can just cover it up, whatever, and just jump into another relationship, try to find love again. But it's not going to last that long. Instead, you should take the harder route, which is building self-love, which comes from learning how to rely on yourself. Even when you feel lonely, even when you feel like everyone around you has someone they can share love with, but you don't. And understanding that it is just a phase. It is just a phase. You are building yourself so that your future self is able to have a healthy, loving relationship. It's realizing that, right? As of today, I've applied a similar concept to my life. I've entered a phase of essentialism. I can never say that. Essentialism, which is the whole concept of putting all of your energy into one or two things, preferably one. So instead of my time being spent on listening to music, YouTube, focusing on like multiple different things, I have cut everything out. I'm not going to be consuming any music, no YouTube, not socials. My life is literally waking up, making these videos, going to the gym, and that's it. And how this relates to what I'm talking about here is, yes, of course, there's many aspects of your life that you want to level up. You want to build a great physique, you want to have great social skills, you want to have the freedom to travel the world, you want to have a healthy, loving relationships. These are all the things that you want, just like I do. However, one thing at a time. And in terms of finding love, someone to share a bond with, someone you can have a healthy, loving relationship and be happy with, it's a goal that we should all aim for. It's a goal that you are wired as a human being to chase. It's going to bring you so much fulfillment. It really will. But it's not the first thing. It doesn't start with you looking for someone and building that bond. It starts from you building that bond with yourself first. Doing the hard things that you've always wanted to do, but you never had the courage to. Putting yourself in uncomfortable situations for the sake of growth. Building discipline. Cutting off bad habits. Taking your self-development seriously. Leveling up your self-image. Doing all the hard things that you know you should be doing. And once you build that self-love within yourself, once you're able to rely on yourself, love yourself more than anyone else can love you, that's when you're ready to share that love with someone else. But until you get to that point, stop seeking for love in other people and learn to find it within yourselves. The key tip to be successful with this concept and mindset and to apply it to your life is literally just to realize that you don't need anyone. You don't need anyone. It's nice to have people in your life, especially ones you can bond with, be close to, someone you can call your own, someone you can love, someone you can open up your heart to. But the only person you need is yourself. You don't need anyone but yourself. And the longer you hold on to that belief that you need someone else, you're never really gonna learn to rely on yourself and build that self-love within yourself. And you're always gonna seek it into other people. You're always gonna seek love in other people. And like I just described, that doesn't usually go well. You're gonna find yourself jumping from one person to the other person to the other person. And you're not going to have much longevity. So, the lesson of this video, love yourself before you love anyone else. If you found this video useful, I am very glad. Recently, I've changed how I view these videos. I don't want to make them just to document my life, have a cool background. The only thing I focus on now is providing value. And if you got value out of this, leave a comment. Leave a comment and let me know what you found useful and how you're going to be applying this. Because obviously it helps the algorithm, etc. But think about it. Me putting my thoughts out on this video has potentially helped you. And if that's helped you, you sharing your stories, struggles and experiences in the comment section might help the next person, which might encourage them to write something that's going to help the next person. And that's exactly what I mean when I say the movement is on the rise. We are going to do this together. This message that I'm putting out, it's not just me. It is not just me. We are going up together towards a better life. I appreciate you for watching. I love you all, and peace. Oh, and one more thing. If you feel like you've got to a point where you've built that self-love within yourself, and you are ready to meet potentially the lover of your life, someone you can call your own, someone you can share that love with, then the best way for you to meet people is to approach them. Whether you're a guy or a girl, the healthiest way for you to meet people and potentially find the lover of your life is to approach them in real life and go up and speak to them. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's something that needs to be done. On this channel, we don't really do the whole dating app thing. We don't really like the idea of messaging people on Instagram and everything. Of course, you should leverage the power of social media, but if you want a genuinely loving, healthy relationship, which starts with human connection, the most traditional and the most human way you can meet someone is to literally speak to them in real life. So if you're at that point where you're ready to meet someone, click here and watch the video on how approaching women changed my life. And yes, even if you're a girl watching this, the concept and the key tips can still be applied to you if you're a girl. So thanks for watching, and peace.